Hi, I'm Barb. Welcome to my craft studio. I have a small haul to share with you today. Um, I went to Target, Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, and I got an order from Amazon and an auto ship order from HSN. Um, Amazon, I ordered these spools. They're empty. Right now, my twine is like on 4 or 5 different methods of storage because that's how they came. Um, I decided I had a space to put the spools, and I probably had more spools than I did any other method. So I bought these spools to do the ones that aren't on spools. So they will all be in one, and I can put them in rainbow order and file them. I found this at Dollar Tree. I wish they carried more command stuff. Every now and then you get lucky and you find some command hook things. I need these to hang my wreath frames on. And this one's not crafty, but I found it in the Target Bullseye Playground. It's the gliding exercise disc. I'm trying to get back into exercising on a daily basis. They say it will help my pain. We'll see. It's kind of a catch-22. When you're in pain, you don't feel like exercising, but if you exercise, it's supposed to help the pain, but it's kind of hard when you don't feel like doing it. I got my foil quill auto ship from the Freestyle HSN Today Special in August. It came with these card bases in charcoal gray, kind of a beige, a white, and a black, plus envelopes. It comes with foil. The foil, I believe, is gold. Let's see, gold, silver, pink, and rose gold. There's a total of 16 cards and envelopes there, so there's 4 of each color. And then there's these traceable sheets to use with your Freestyle foil quill. This one, I believe, was a card making theme. So this one I could see myself using a bit more than the last one. I want to get back into my card making, and I wanted to show you the stencils that they have. I thought about waiting till after I went shopping this weekend and if I had more to add, but I really want to get these cataloged and put away, so I decided to go ahead and share today. There's that one. There's that one. It kind of shows better if I hold the color up behind it than it does if I just show you the stencil. I bit all my nails down the other day. I'm kind of stressed because I'm trying to get my doctor to agree to something that I'm not sure she'll agree to. Hobby Lobby, it's all clearance items. I bought this Wonder Woman little fob. I want to do a Chunky Charm themed Wonder Woman themed one. I also want to do a Supergirl one, but I found this, and I may already have one like this, but I thought for 74 cents I was going to buy it. I didn't want to pass it up, come home, check to see if I had it, and discover I didn't. So I figured I'll just have 2 if it doesn't. And then I bought these little things because I thought they were nice, and they were only 99 cents. So I couldn't think of what these were called earlier. Lobster claws. And then I bought this set of Kelly Creates, I think it says black brush pen set. It's got a fine, medium, and large tip. So I picked those up. I have some other ones of Kelly Creates, and then the rest is all Bria Reese stuff. I bought a bunch of the alcohol inks. They were 99 cents a piece. I bought one of each color that I could find on clearance. So I picked up the blush, the black, the lake blue, the medium magenta. This one has the color in a different place than all the other ones. This one's crimson. And this one is neutral gray. And then I picked up these ink daubers. Each color of pad is different. Says there's a coarse, which I believe is the black one. The white one I think just says foam, and the pink one says sponge. So I picked up a set of those, and I picked up a set of the refills. And I also picked up one of the waterproof papers. I did see some people were sharing that their Hobby Lobby has marked down some Happy Planner stuff. Mine didn't have anything of that nature marked down. I'm thinking we'll probably be near one of the Hobby Lobbies tomorrow, so I'm going to check and see if they've marked anything else down, because it seems like they do it in waves. I figure if you don't want to hear medical updates, you can tune out now. Let's see. I went to the retina specialist. He said that the pigmentation changes for me are actually what they call hypo, which means they're lighter, not darker. He says that's not consistent with toxicity for your medication. Normally that's darker, and you also usually get this like bullseye pattern, I guess, on your retina. He says you don't have that. He goes, so I think this is just an age-related thing. It's not your medication. I don't think you need to worry about this at all. If you were my sister, I'd tell you don't bother with the further testing right now, because we kind of discussed that before he looked at them. And let's just put you on a 6-month recall and keep checking them every 6 months to make sure that it's not that. He goes, in the meantime, he goes, I think you're fine. Just keep taking your medication, because he goes, this is totally inconsistent with how toxicity presents. So he goes, I really just think, he goes, you're at that age where your retinas sometimes start changing. So, and I said, and I did bring up again what the migraine specialist thought were ocular migraines. I get like this bullseye pattern, like kaleidoscope vision. And he says, yeah, he goes, that does sound like it's just an ocular migraine. I said, I don't actually get the headache with it. And he goes, yeah, a lot of people don't though. He says they'll just get the visual disturbances. Some it precedes the migraine, but a lot of people it doesn't. He goes, and it's more common in women, especially after menopause. So I said, yeah, I've gotten them in the past for several years, so they started before menopause. But I said, but I've gotten more of them since that. They were kind of a regular thing there for about 6 months. He says, yeah, he goes, I just think they're ocular migraines. That's not indicative of that type of change either. And he goes, and I don't see anything in your eyes to show any sort of problem that would be causing that. So I felt better after that. And then I went to the podiatrist, and he goes, you definitely have arthritis in your ankles. I said, yeah. He goes, how long they've been swelling? And I said, well, it started out about 7 years ago. I said it was intermittent. I said I would occasionally have the swelling. It wasn't a daily thing. I said probably 2 years ago it became a daily thing, and then in the last year it's been pain daily. I mean, before I had pain, but it wasn't every day. I said I kept bringing up the swelling to my doctors, and they kept telling me they weren't swollen. He goes, well, they're definitely swollen. I said, yeah, and they're not even bad today. This is he goes, that's what I thought too. They don't look that bad to me. I said, today is kind of a mild day. I said, I can go with swelling anywhere from mild to severe. And I said, I can't see anything that triggers it, because I said at first I thought they just got worse as I was on my feet more, but then I really started paying attention to it, and I noticed some days I'd wake up and my ankles were huge. So I said, I don't really think it's a matter of how much I'm on them. So he says, yeah, he goes, you do very well on the strength testing, so I'm happy with that. He goes, but in the x-rays, he goes, I know what I think he said bone density should be at your age, and I can see it's not there. So it's definitely eroding, which means it's arthritis. He said, so he looked at my shoes. He goes, you need better shoes. And he gave me a list of different ones. He says, here's a place you can buy them. And he goes, you don't have to buy them from there. And he says his top 2 candidates, I think the one was Brooks and the other one was New Balance. And I said, any New Balance shoe? He goes, yeah, anything by New Balance is good. They're a really good shoe. He goes, they actually seem to work best with the inserts. He gave me a set of inserts to use too with the shoes. He says, I would highly recommend those. I said, because I'm pretty sure Kohl's sells them. And my husband was there. He goes, yeah, we do. I said, my husband works at Kohl's. He goes, well, then you can probably get a much better deal at Kohl's than you can with this company. So go to Kohl's, buy your New Balance shoes. I'm fine with that. I said, I tend not to wear shoes around the house. He goes, I'm okay with that. He goes, I'm okay with you not wearing shoes in the house. But if you're going to be up and walking around a lot, put your shoes on. I said, okay. So I guess when I do my walking exercises, which I do downstairs in front of the VCR, it's a DVD player, I'll have to start putting my shoes on. My husband actually bought me a pair and brought them home yesterday. We got them out of the box, and the security tag was still on them, so he had to bring them back today to have them remove the security tag. He goes, I can get that off of there, but he goes, it can cause damage, so I don't want to do that on an expensive pair of shoes. So I said, no, just bring it back and have them take it off tomorrow, and I'll start wearing them tomorrow. So, but then me and my husband got talking after that appointment. I said, you know, I think there's arthritis in all these other places too. My jaw, that's actually one of the worst pains that I get is in my jaw. I usually reach for the ibuprofen when it acts up, and I can feel it crunching and kind of hear it too. I think because it's so close to the ears, you can hear that crunch. I know there's arthritis in my neck from an MRI years ago. My shoulder bothers me, which could either be related to the neck or it could have its own issues, either tendonitis or arthritis. My wrists hurt from time to time and they're weak. My hands hurt from time to time and they're weak. I have trouble grasping certain things, like trying to operate a manual can opener is very painful, and I can't really grasp a jar to open it because it hurts. So I think there's arthritis there. My hips are painful and stiff in the morning and after inactivity, and I hear them crunch. It's the weirdest feeling. My knees are kind of the same way. My knees also swell. I can see the swelling in my knees, and my mid and lower back hurt after extended sitting. So I said, I'm pretty sure there's something going on in at least most of these spots. Some of them could be connected to each other, but I said, I think a full body MRI would be the best course of action for me at this point, and maybe it could save me a 5-hour, 6-night stay at Mayo. Oh, that many nights in a hotel, plus the food and the gas, is going to get quite expensive. We already did that in November, which I'm very thankful that I did it, because I feel so much better emotionally knowing that my heart is okay. So I contacted my doctor and I said, I'd like to have it, and I laid out where all the pain is. And her office called yesterday and said, she wants to see you before she orders anything like that. And she's like, how bad is your pain? I said, it's really not the level of pain. It's the fact that I have pain every day. I said, plus I'm supposed to make a return trip to Mayo come April. And I said, I'd like to save the expense of that. I told my husband, to me it makes more sense to do the full body MRI, look at all these joints at once, rather than doing an x-ray on each of them. I think the one-time magnet exposure is better than radiation exposure for all of those joints. I said, plus, the MRI, from what I'm reading, can show inflammation. It can show joint damage earlier. So to me, the MRI just makes more sense. And I said, I know how much better I feel emotionally since finding out that it's not my heart. I imagine knowing exactly what's causing all this joint pain, if it's arthritis, if it's just inflammation from the connective tissue disease, if it's fibromyalgia, because if nothing shows, it's probably fibromyalgia. But I would feel so much better just knowing what's causing it. Not knowing really eats at you. Anyways, I'm going really long. I'm not even going to be able to put an opening on this video, but thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.